Hello everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. I of course am Rotype. Welcome back to Factorio One Small Step, where we're going to continue today to work on getting some more raw materials up to kind of the main bus area. I'd like to get that a little bit more fleshed out, and eventually hopefully we can take down this temporary smelting. Although maybe we'll leave it up to keep science going. It looks like we have quite a queue left of just red and green, and while it doesn't do it quickly, this at least gets red and green science going. So actually it looks a little worrisome here. Actually, we are running, we just need another miner to run on the coal here to make sure our power doesn't shut down, but I'm glad I caught that now. That would be annoying later. Also, now let's just look. This coal patch here is a little bit unorganized. Part of that definitely has to do with the being right next to a copper patch, but we can make this a little bit better, especially now that we have splitters. I can kind of just go through and make this a little bit neater, the way I kind of like to run it. We'll stick that there, and unfortunately we have these stupid small poles that we'll have to deal with for now. But then from here, I guess we'll just stick a splitter on here. Don't need don't need too much coal up on the bus yet, so this will do just fine. So with that, I think I'm gonna grab some more of my belt here. Good, I have 500, that's a good amount. Grab some steel while I'm down here, and we'll head up back to the bus. See what needs to be done up there. Actually, I have 2 more miners here. I might as well put them down. Probably on iron, because that's usually what we are lacking the most. Yeah, we only have the 3 running anyway. So we'll go ahead and just drop right there, get our maximum amount. I'm really excited now that electric energy distribution just finished. Oops, wrong button. Should now be able to, yeah. So once we get some steel, we can start making the bigger poles. We don't have to use these tiny little wooden poles anymore. That makes me happy. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12. So we should be able to run this off of, what? It's 2, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this is totally not needed. Drop this there. Okay, I think this area is at least a little bit ready to be left alone for a while. Everything should be running. There's plenty of coal going through. Science is happening. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and walk our way all the way back up to the raw bus. And it's, well, I guess I haven't even built the main bus yet, but the raw bus is coming along. I'm gonna drop a few more of these steel furnaces while I'm here, and that'll give me, ooh, skipped a little. Drop these stone furnaces, and then hopefully in a few minutes we'll see this iron kind of come in at a greater clip. I guess it doesn't really matter right now. We're just leaving it on the bus, but good to have ready. Can also prep the copper line for its second up here, and that involves just getting these in place, and I'll only do that for now because frankly I'm a little lazy and don't have the furnaces anyway. There we go. Now this is the exciting part. We get to start laying out the main bus. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this raw bus on top, and then the main bus will be probably right about here. I'll just start drawing this out. And that way we can build our assembling machines down here, and we can continue to run the main bus on top and just feed in more material as we need it. So with that said, right. Let's see if I remember how I normally like to do the bus. I think I'll do, so let's see, each section has 4 lanes. There's one section, and I usually leave 2 spaces in between. That'll be the next section. And let's see if I'll drop some of these down to remember. I usually like 2 lanes of steel. There's the steel. We will need some coal on the bus, but only 1 lane, because I think that will be plenty sufficient. What else do I need on the bus? I think I need I like stone on the bus, which unfortunately I don't have any to kind of mark right now. Let's see if we have any in a box somewhere. And can't wait till I have legs so this walk will not be so long. Okay. Here we go. Are we keeping any of the stone? Please tell me we can. Oh, yeah, it's in a box. All right. I just need a few. I don't even need that much. Good enough. So we'll put stone on the bus. Sometimes I put brick on the bus. Sometimes I don't. It changes. So we'll have to see. I think I'll start just with stone on the bus here. And the reason I put these things on the top here, might as well empty this out because I don't want to carry it around in my inventory. The reason I put these on the top is they'll kind of be the later things that I bring down. So I'll bring down steel and I can run on the top. I'll run a coal and stone line maybe in between. And then here, this will make more sense when I just do it. So this will be where the copper runs in. And then this will be the iron. So there's our 4. And eventually these will be all full. There's the 4 of copper. And the 4 of iron. So from here, I can just start running the bus out a little bit. I don't know why I'm running all 4 when really I just need the 1, but it's nice to have the spacing figured out. But we'll just get this laid out like this. And then from here, I think actually the next thing I'm going to do is probably set up another line here for steel just to get the steel running. That way I should have everything I need to get my very first kind of manufactured item set up. I like to have most of my kind of smelted raw materials at least on the bus in one column, one furnace column of them, before I start making my manufactured materials. So really the next thing is just a bunch of stone to make a bunch of furnaces. And then there we go. And with that, make 7, start there. Pick up the brick, is that what is lacking? No, just steel. Man, steel takes forever. That'll be enough to get the spacing. And then that should be everything because I'm going to do the liquid oil processing to the left of the bus and run it in. So that way I don't start my manufactured items, say over here to the left if they need steel and the steel comes in to the right, and then you've got this kind of backward sideways thing going on. It's no good. Turns into spaghetti really easily. So are we out of coal? I guess coal is coming in really slowly. That should be okay. I'll fix that next time I'm down there in that area. First thing, I'm just going to run another column here. And this will be our steel. And actually, now that I think about it, this is a double column I need to build. So I'll just run, just for now, we'll put those 2 there. And the first thing we do to make that is just build a normal steel connection here. I'm sorry, iron connection here. So we'll do this on this side, like that. This comes down like that. This one is the coal, so we'll go ahead and get this built like this. And then the coal is actually going to come down, just like the other ones. This. And what am I missing here? Oh, this doesn't need to be underground, that's right. So this runs just like that. And then here, we'll just run this back up this way. can get a little confusing if you just see it built. But basically what I'm doing here, I'll do this to show you. Oh, and I missed the spacing. That's fine. Oops. Man, having all kinds of trouble. There we go. So, there we go. There's that. Drag this down. You'll see it'll put the iron plate onto this belt, same as normal, but instead of running down, I'll run it up. That way, 2 spaces over, I have this. And here's where I do all my steel smelting. And this is what will go down onto the bus. So we do that. Get the spacing right this time. And then this looks exactly the same as it has in the past. That and that. Looks like this, and that goes like that. And here we just bring the iron over, and instead of bringing the coal down from this and going under, I'll go ahead and bring the coal into the splitter on this side, because here I can just bring the iron plate underneath like that. And then this one becomes the next line of coal. Oops. And I'll go ahead and do the undergrounding as necessary, but this is just to get the spacing right. And then we'll run this down, and this becomes our steel. As you can see, this is really where the steel comes in, and I'll just dump everything. Actually, no, I do want this on 2 lines. So there's no steel before this because we haven't made it yet. And this down. Good. So now we know if I'm building kind of an offshoot, some kind of branch off the main bus, and the branch needs steel, I couldn't build it over here because I wouldn't have access to steel. So the next thing to do is to count out how many of these lanes we're going to need on the bus, so I don't build, say, an assembly machine here or one down or whatever, and then all of a sudden need to expand my bus. So what I'm going to do for that is 2 spaces here, and then this will be 4, 2 spaces, 4. And again, I'm just going to count out what I normally do, and I'll get some electronic circuits because I think this is the only other manufacturable items that I have now, but I think I need one more. There we go. So this, I usually run just entirely green circuits there. On this one, again, I don't have any of these materials yet, but this will be red, red, blue, and I believe plastic. I'm gonna have to look at my kind of plans or any of my previous saves. I think that is my plan. And then here, of course, I don't have enough pipe, and I don't have enough iron to make pipe. This is where the fluid bus will run. And that's, of course, petrol and light, and lubricant and water, I believe, are the 4 that I run there. So where is it? I need 5 more of those. This way I know how wide my bus needs to be. And again, actually, the first product I need to make will actually be these green circuits, which can, let's see, probably start happening right about here. Of course, I don't have enough assembling machines because I don't have enough copper. It's endlessly out of materials. I'm gonna load up here. Give me all of this stuff. I don't want to have to come back and deal with this. All right, make me 10 of these. Go ahead and put down. Actually, I should use equal amount of steel to iron smelting here. And while I'm waiting on all that manufacture, go ahead and drop these electric poles. And I know that I was already talking about having the bigger electric poles and not having to do this. But I already have these manufactured, so I'm going to use them. But I'm going to try not to make any more small poles here on out. Because after this, they are only useful as vehicle fuel. At least they get used, but All right, so this is ready when I have some more material, and this is actually begging for some more coal. So said that already, but next time I head down to the early base area, I have to remember to hook up some more coal. But when I do, this will get set up and running. And man, I'm still crafting assembling machines. But at least I have some pipe, so we'll lay down the end of that bus there. And we can start at least laying out the green circuit area. So I do conveniently have some brick. So I'll up this size like this. And I think I want a path. Let's see. Usually leave 2 spaces. And maybe up here, maybe not. Let's just lay it down to see how it looks. 2 spaces, there would be the path. Yeah, I think we'll go with that for now. So if this is my path, I don't want anything on the path. And then go right about. Actually, I think I am going to run down a little bit further in case I need multiple feeds of copper and iron. There's really no reason not to just give extra space. So there. Actually, my normal green circuit method does need space in between, so we'll do this. Get rid of these offending trees. And I'll stick to the normal 3:2 ratio. This is going to be making copper cable. There we go. And the green circuit's here. And I need some fast inserters for this. So I have a design that, oh, I'm out of belt. Wow. I have a design that I haven't seen anywhere else. I kind of like it, obviously. Not purporting to be the only one to come up with it, but I think it's rather nice because it is the inputs are all on one side and the outputs are all on the other side, which is handy because then you can kind of just infinitely expand it down and you can dump your green circuits into the middle and your belt will be balanced, assuming you build a mirror image of it on the other side. So go ahead and show you what that looks like here. So this goes 3 here, 3 here. And of course, I still don't have any belt. Make me a bunch of belt. We are just plowing through research, but obviously we're not using very much of it, but it'll just get done. And hopefully by the time we really need it, almost anything of any of it, it'll be done, which is handy. That way I don't have to worry about tagging the right research and timing everything properly and all that stuff. So let's see if I can remember how I did this. I think I cleared this and this one goes like that. Is that how it was? No, that's not right. See, I believe it was like this. Then you get underground here to here. Yep, that's right. So that means this again is here. Goes down like this. Underground here to here. And we need another fast inserter. Just like that. So that means copper is on the interior lane here. Of course, I have no reference out this far. So copper will come down right here. I think that's the right distance. Hopefully it is. Yeah, good. And for now, I'll just stick a regular old splitter on it and we'll have to go back and do some proper splitting later. And of course, I'm still out of transport belt. And while we're up here, get rid of this copper ore. I don't want that. So as you can see, this is now the point where medium electric poles will be super useful because frankly, even substations are the best. Because if you got to do this with the small poles, this side is not too bad, but then you start getting like this one in the middle and then you need another one up here. So that's not that ugly, but it hurts my eyes. And we'll go ahead and run. Actually, this is a really bad idea because knowing me, I'm going to be driving a car right along this path and having trouble keeping the car in a straight line. And I don't want to take out power to like most of the base doing that. So we'll run power a little ways off of the bus, or at least off the driving lane. There we go. So with that, I'm going to queue up some more belt just because you always need belt. Run this to here. This will come off right next to it, and that'll look like this. Bring this in with a splitter for now. There we go. Give it a little power, and hopefully before this episode is finished, I can just get this running and show you my green circuit setup. See, how far are these going? These are going just to right here. This will be our green circuit bus. There we go. All right, well, in this episode, we got some green circuits going, but perhaps even more importantly, we got the bus laid out a little bit better. We got some steel ever so slowly automatically manufactured. So if you like what I'm doing, if you like the episode, please go ahead and click the like button. Series comes out 3 times a week, so if you don't want to miss anything, go ahead and click subscribe. I'll be back day after tomorrow, but until then, my name's been Rotype, and I'll see you next time.